The issue with this was that pretty much all the money in the bank account was put into those hoodies.
I come to you with yet another hoodie update. The demand has been insane, and it's about as good of a bad problem as you can have. So I ramped up production. In ramping up production, we had to go from air freight to cargo freight using shipping containers, but there's a bit of a supply chain problem.
I had game planned 90 days from production start to the time we could release them, which would allow me to refresh the bank account and also refresh the credit cards. They're now just sitting off the coast, and I'm starting to get a bit worried because obviously credit cards come due and money's up the door. You have no real way to recoup any of that money until you have the physical product that you can sell. And so it was like a huge risk and a huge source of anxiety, and also people waiting. The customers or potential customers weren't out any cash, but
Trying to get everything prepped.
and I wanted to be able to deliver within the time frame that I talked about. You don't ever want to let a customer down or give them a bad experience. So you're flip-flopping between this is the most exciting thing ever and this is going to be the most amount of work we've ever done.
Oh man. 18, first 14, 6:30 pace. Right in the last 4 at 6 pace. Yeah. The old Mike special. Meeting Clay in the park. That'll be like mile 5, 5.5. The Elite 2s feel good. Yeah. Very, very bouncy. Yeah. Especially as it gets darker and not a lot of people out. Coming off the shoe too, I feel like we were all pretty beat. Oh, I was talking to Clay and Sean. October, November, December has been brutal. Racing, work. Holy.
Actually, not that cold.
It's not bad at all. It's freeing.
I don't know about that.
You become one with the tarmac.
Sure.
Yep. Clay's developing his own training methodology.
How come?
Oh, I don't know. I just didn't really have much in me the last like 3.
Hit all the times though?
No. I for the first 4 ran like 6:28 for the first 14, and then ran 6 for 15, and then it was like 6:20 for 16, 6:25 for 17, 6:30 for 18. So not great, but I'll take it. That headwind was nasty.
Gnarly.
I felt like I was just like running with a parachute on.
Minted had the drop in 2021 that Marcus was talking about at my parents' house. And at the time, I was working full-time, and it was a 2-year commitment. I had finished up and was planning on going to law school, was studying for the LSAT, which is when Minted really started to take off, and I kind of saw the growth. I wasn't totally in the weeds because I was studying all day to take the LSAT, but I noticed like it was really gaining some traction, and I would notice the apartment would just be filled with all these boxes, and I was like, this is a pretty cool thing, and it was definitely fun to see from the outside. But then we went to my parents', which was the hoodie release, which was kind of, I think, the first time we were all like, this is pretty crazy.
Yes, and just a note about the Run Club hoodies. Any purchase of a Run Club hoodie comes with a ceramic Run Club coaster.
I think our community is incredible, always very understanding. And at the time with COVID, there was so much that people didn't know that when I kind of explained, look, they're done, they're just sitting off the coast, people kind of rallied behind. I think a couple people in the comment sections even offered to swim out to the boat to get them all.
All right, so it's drop day, December 16th, about 7 a.m. We've been up since 4:30, trying to get everything prepped. The biggest thing that I don't have ready yet is the website itself. All the clothes and stuff are prepped. We probably don't have enough boxes made. And so we'll keep working through that.
A time of a lot of uncertainty, but also just extreme excitement about bringing this product to life that had been so in demand, and it ended up leading into this huge release that we did from my parents' garage because didn't have our warehouse, too big for our storage unit, which we were running the business out of. At the time, it was split between like storage unit and apartment, so had no space for him, and that was the real kind of like, you look back, you think of inflection points. That was a big one, because after all that product came in and the shipping boxes and all of the material that we needed to make the release go smooth, my mom was like, never again.
The garage is pretty much ready with the product.
At this point in time, I knew a little bit more. I still wasn't full-time, and you see all of these orders coming in, just numbers across the screen, and it's kind of a surreal experience, I think, for everybody that was involved. Just kind of processing like what exactly was occurring. And then, you know, after the excitement, after all of this like stimulation of being like, wow, what a successful drop, you have thousands of orders you have to pack with no real like prior experience like this. And it totally became a team effort. I don't know what Marcus said exactly, but yeah, it was my parents, Marcus, my sister, her wife, me, all in our garage with just thousands of hoodies in boxes, kind of learning as we go. And it was a crazy time, like incredibly stressful. This is growing at a rate where I'm not sure what the future is going to look like. I've gotten this comment a decent amount over the last few months. Basically, as many of you know, I was studying for the LSAT, and I took the LSAT on October 12th. I haven't taken the writing samples. It's something I need to do, but I've gotten sidetracked. The main reason I've gotten sidetracked is because I had the opportunity to start working for Marcus, my brother, in Minted, New York. And although law school was always an interest of mine, I feel like this opportunity doesn't come around too often. Yeah, that was kind of the beginning of what has now transpired to now, 2024, and still learning as we go, still trying to figure it all out.
Happy birthday. Wait, is this why you guys were asking me cake questions yesterday?
Come on, man.
Any words of wisdom you've learned in your years or no? there and run hard.